everyone, it's me, Foxa, the son of No, that's freaking stupid. Oh, well, my name is Fox Menzel. Thank you, name of Fox. And welcome to my, I guess, first impressions of Boruto. This is from episode 1 through 7. I'm not going to really go over the plot of much of it. And more or less just say my impressions so far. But yeah, I started watching Boruto since I finished Shippuden yesterday. And, I kind of really like this show. I don't know. I think people said, like, they like... Some people I know don't like it. They're like, oh, it's the classic anime trope where it's like the kids, but they're like their parents, but different slightly, or something like that. I don't know. Shaman King Flowers was freaking awesome. And I think they're continuing that chapter or that arc of it. I hope they are, because Shaman King Flowers was awesome. But this is, again, like in a similar vein where, yeah, you're following the kid of the main character, or the kids of the main characters of the cast of the last one. But the thing is that I really love about this is, like, one, at least so far that I've been watching this, you don't really seem to need to watch the Naruto. You can watch, I think, straight into Boruto, and you can pretty much get a lot of it. And not to mention, another thing that I love is that they just straight up more modernize some of it. Where in the last one, it was like, you know, more feudal era kind of style, but then you have some modern touch-ups in there, like TVs, headsets, and stuff like that. But a lot of times it was either really bulky and stuff like that. Now it's fast-forward even further ahead in time, where shinobis are kind of a thing of the past. Kind of a thing of the past. Naruto is now a Hokage, which fudge, yes. Even though there's multiple times they show him doing, like, had stacks and stacks of paperwork. And all I'm thinking is, I think Naruto would use shadow clones for that. And kind of, you know, get through all that paperwork a lot quicker. I don't know. That'd just be my thought process on that. You know, separate your work. Unless Naruto's chakra isn't as great as it once was, which I doubt. Because he still has all the tailed beasts inside of him. There's, like, new things like... I don't know if Boruto's as crazy about it, hamburgers as Naruto was for ramen, but there's hamburgers in this. And every time I watch the show, I'm like, God dang it, I'm hungry. I'm looking at each other eating burgers, and I'm like, fudge, that looks so good. And again, like, the Leaf Village is now a lot bigger. It's more modernized. It kind of looks like the walls have been taken down. Even though they kind of do, like, the, I'm not saying Gurren Lagann's the first one to do it, but, in Gurren Lagann, how they say, this is a story about a man. And, like, they show him on top of I think it's called Cathedral Battleship Gurren Lagann. I can't remember the entire name of it. And, like, you see, like, the silhouette of a character, and you see everything, and you're, like, throughout the entire series, like, oh, I think that's the ship that's going to become that. That's the thing that's going to become that. They do kind of something like that similar, but it shows Boruto, like, way into the future. But then again, for all I know, it's anime logic, so it could just be, like, 3 years, and he suddenly gained so much body mass. But, an older look, and, like, he has a scar across his eye, and when he has, like, his headband on, like, it has, like, the scar across the leaf, and then a scar that goes down here, then connects with the scar to his eye. He has some kind of strange eye, which is now the mystery. Because basically, even though I hate school, like I freaking hate that Ultimate Spider-Man, which I did, was a show that I did kind of like, up until the season where they're like, we're going to make it superhero high school Spider-Man. It was like, F you. And I hated that trope. This, I actually kind of like, because they do a similar thing, something similar to, what was that show? It's about the guy and the girl. It's about the guy and the girl, and, like, they both have two ghost dogs, and they fight, like, was it yokai, or was it I think it was a yokai. I can't remember what the show was, but they fight demons that are around the school, because the school is a holy ground, and if the demons take the holy ground, they can release a bigger demon or something. I can't remember. It's been a while since I saw that anime. But, if someone... What the fuck? Sorry, I don't know what happened. But yeah, they straight up... I'm trying to remember. But, I do like this show. Literally, but though, like, they do kind of hit the hammer on the head a little, he's I remember what I was saying, but basically one thing I like is you don't need to watch the Naruto, it seems, but it does, if you have watched it, you can kind of pick up on certain things or know who exactly each kid is, what each character kind of means to this story a little bit more, which I kind of like, because the whole thing about Naruto's one is basically, passing on to the next generation, and eventually, this is the next generation for them. But, like, you always hear in, like, Naruto, like, oh, the third ninja war, Kakashi was a big name because of the things he's done. Iruka Sensei's parents were killed in the Nine-Tailed incident. And all this stuff, they're, like, having, like, oh, this all happened in the past. And, yeah, eventually we do get some backstory for it. We see it later on in the series, usually. But, like, it's, like, stories in the past that we have to go back and see. Or, like, the great fourth Hokage. And stuff like that. And this is the reason why I love kind of things like this and series that kind of, they said not rebooting but continuing on with everything in the story, is that when they say that Naruto was apparently a big hero during the fourth Great Ninja War, that's not an understatement. That's not it's not like, oh wow, I wonder if we're ever going to see that. No, we've seen that. If you watch the last one, we've seen that, and we know that, oh no, yeah, he was he was one of the bigger guys. And even some other things. I'm on episode 8 right now, and like they just watched a movie about a ninja who goes around saving people and who has what is it? The right eye that turns red and allows him to save other people, and that he's a ninja who's always fighting alone and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking, well, I wonder if there's another ninja running. And, like, again, you watch this regularly, you're probably not going to get it immediately. Or maybe this is not even the same thing, but it's how I see it.
What the fudge is going on?
I don't know what the fudge is going on with my camera. It keeps cutting. But, basically, like, it's the ninja that goes around, eye turns red, beats the crap out of all the other guys, like, haha, I am the one lone ninja. And, again, you haven't watched Naruto before, you just pick up Boruto, you're probably not going to get it, but if you have watched Naruto, you know that there is one ninja who's not part of the Leaf Village right now, or is out in the world, at least I believe, because I haven't seen him in this, and I doubt he wouldn't show up. I know he comes up later on, but he's a ninja who's out saving the world, basically, by himself, going around, basically just going around land to land saving people, who has one red eye now, who is able to then fights, and it's just like, oh, I know exactly who that's supposed to be, and they apparently made a movie about him, and they say we have no idea how he looks or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, because I'm pretty sure he's keeping to the shadows. But the Okage of Hokages, I believe is what the Kage Okage, I think they called him, is his nickname. But yeah, it's freaking great. I freaking love that. Oh, and again, like, I really do like this character. And again, they do kind of nail on the head at the beginning of the season, where it's like, they say, like, no, that Boruto's riding on his dad's coattails. He's like, no, I'm trying to do it for myself. I'm doing it for myself. I'm not riding his coattails and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that's kind of, okay, that, you're kind of nailing it on the head, like, oh, no, this isn't Naruto. This is Boruto. This is different. Which I will say immediately, it is kind of different to where the Ninja Academy was really a small part of Naruto's story, while the majority of the story takes place after he joins a team, the Chunin exam, and, everything with Sasuke, and then Shippuden. This is, at least right now, more in the academy. I know eventually they do start to take the Chunin exam, but this takes place more in the academy. Even though there are some cliches from other shows I have seen, like, there's Boruto, and then there's his nerdy, weaker sidekick that they makes friends with on the first day. That kind of really immediately reminds you of stuff like Shaman King for one, with Yo and Morty, or I know Manta in the Japanese one, or Cypher, I want to say, with Jade and Yugi in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and I'm sure there's a lot more that is out there. It's like when you have a main character who has white hair, there's always his exact opposite, who's the character with the black hair kind of thing, like Alan Walker and fudge, I forgot the other dude's name, but stuff like that. There is stuff like that. it is cool seeing these characters like that, but I do hope because what is it? Some people complained. I know that like they said, "Oh, Naruto was cooler when when they were younger and they're slowly growing up and not." Oh, they're crap. Excuse me. Sorry, but when they're younger and it's just learning jutsu and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't know. I kind of think I like Shippuden a little. Maybe I need to rewatch Naruto, but I did like Shippuden a lot. It's all the same series. It's like freaking saying that, oh, Doctor Who is the old Doctor Who is better. It's like it's all one series. But but yeah, it's like I don't know. And the thing is, like, I like Boruto. I really do like him. They're also giving him a visual eye power because Sasuke is such a fan favorite, and so everyone's like, okay, the guy's like, okay, we're gonna kind of make Naruto with a bit of Sasuke in him, with the eye power, and also even like his hair kind of resembles, not completely, but it does kind of resemble a little bit of how Sasuke's hair kind of looks, I think, a little. It even has like darker clothing, like the tracksuit, which I actually really do, like, I love this character's design, and like, you could tell he's supposed to be Naruto's kid, but he at least to me, he doesn't seem like he is Naruto. I don't know. I really do like him. Shikamaru's kid, though, is like kind of like his best friend I like, but also he looks exactly like Shikamaru, so I'm just like, fuck. Sarada, spoilers, Sasuke's kid. I don't like her right now. I really don't. She's more season 1 Sakura to me, and I did not like season 1 Sakura all that much. And I don't mean that in, like, personality-wise. Personality-wise, she's better than season 1 of Sakura. Even though, again, I like Naruto and stuff like that. Sakura is alright, even though she did kind of get the shaft at the end of Shippuden, where, like, her other two teammates are godlike powers, and she's like, I can heal. Just heal. And she never gets as cool as with Sasori a little bit. Though there is a cool scene with her towards the last fight. But, Sarada, I don't know. Sarada and Chocho, because they kind of make their own self, like, the class representative girl, which I don't know who her kid is, who her parents are. But, also, Ino and Sai, really? Like, they kind of make their thing where, like, oh, we're the better than the boys girls, and I'm just like, oh, I hate that trope so effing much. and I'm looking at Sarah, I'm like, I don't like you all that much, and you're Sasuke's kid, and Sasuke is one of my favorite characters, and I don't like you all that much. I actually really, really like Boruto, because the thing is, even though Naruto is awesome, like, I did like kind of like Sasuke. I'm like, man, Sasuke could kind of have his own manga. I don't know, the ninja out for revenge in Shippuden, that would be like the darker side of the Naruto universe. And then eventually they'll meet up. But I do actually really like and again, like, not saying I didn't like Naruto's story, it just felt like these are two separate stories that could literally be their own series, and eventually come up, we'll have an Avengers meetup. That's just how I felt while watching some of it. In this, I actually really like Boruto because there's not many other characters, like, I'm like, okay, there's not that many other characters here right now that I want to follow separately. Boruto is the most interesting, even though he should have told his parents immediately, hey, I'm seeing, because the whole big mystery right now is, hey, there's these shadowy creatures where people are kind of going, like, crazy when these shadowy things that appear when my magic eye appears, which I'm assuming is because of a mix of the Rinnegan that's lays dormant within the Uzumaki blood, as well as the Byakugan meeting up, so then you basically have two parts of the god eyes that freaking, the Sage of Six Paths and his mom had. Kind of similar to how Sasuke, which I think Sasuke eventually becomes the Kakashi, or at least, maybe even the Jiraiya of Boruto. And again, I'm not saying, like, you say, oh, this is exactly who these characters are. No, but it is cool. I'll bring it up in a second, but, I do like that. And again, like, this is different from Naruto in a couple ways, where, like, Naruto is more of a loner and more has to stick with his team and kind of build a relationship like that. Boruto has friends. He's kind of seen out hanging with them, and, like, he slowly is making friends and stuff like that. So I like how they're not just treading on the same things that concentrate on the same things. And like, I am a sucker for like the kids just playing like like they're playing their own version of like a DS or like a Game Boy, which I also love that it looks like a scroll, and they're literally playing Final Fantasy. Even though I'm wondering how the heck do you play Final Fantasy multiplayer, but it's basically Final Fantasy that they're playing on the thing. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Even like having the freaking trigger buttons as the scroll tips. I'm like, that's kind of cool, and I love it. Or the part where like you just straight see in the beginning of the thing like some good animation when Boruto's parkouring over stuff. It's freaking great. I want to get I think it's called the newest Naruto game, which it looks freaking cool. Even though like they show Shippuden Sasuke, which again I like that Sasuke, but I'm thinking like, man, I kind of hope they have older Sasuke too and stuff like that. But there is a mystery there which I kind of want to see, even though I feel immediately in this world where there are giant frogs, characters with godlike powers, heck, one guy has the, again, visual prowess to then alter reality for basically the sacrifice of his eye, can alter reality to make it to where he always wins. Sure, it's only a one-time use, but it is a super strong ability. I wouldn't, like, like, if as soon as you see something like, oh, all these people are kind of going crazy and stuff, we should probably tell our parents who deal with something like this. I just think Boruto shouldn't keep this to himself. That is something I'm just like, eh. Also, I do love that, like, it took me a minute to figure out that Shino was their homeroom teacher. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool to see the Shino, because Shino was a character that I really didn't pay much attention to. So it is kind of cool seeing him be more of a teacher role, have more of an important role. Heck, Konohamaru comes in. Well, I'm like, yeah, Konohamaru! I thought he was going to be Boruto's Iruka Sensei. I guess it's more Shino. But either way, I really do like this series. If you haven't watched Naruto and you just want to jump into Boruto, I'd say it's perfectly fine, because I don't really think you need to watch the last series to get this series. Will you have more context for everything? Yes. Do I recommend Naruto? Yes. But skip all the filler. You can find like a filler list. But I actually do like this, and it is cool trying to figure out like whose kid is whose. Like Boruto's third member of his, I guess, Team 7, I feel it's gonna be, is this guy called Mitsuki, which I immediately looked at him and he's like, alright, he's either, and he says he's from the Village of Sound, which again, Village in the Sound, which if you haven't watched Naruto, you don't really understand that much, but then you'll know that's Orochimaru's country, or land, and also know that Team Taka was still living with Orochimaru during that time, I believe. If the filler of Sasuke is any part of it, that actually I watched after the main series. So I was thinking, okay, this is either Karen and that one dude who controls water's kid, or he's Orochimaru's kid, which he either impregnated someone, or Orochimaru took some DNA from Team Taka and his own and made this kid, or again just made this kid in a tube. And I'm looking at this kid, I'm like, and I was and like they are immediately hinting that like, he's something to do with Orochimaru because he deals with snakes and all that stuff. But the cool thing is, Boruto even at one point says he wants to summon a snake, so I do like how they are kind of leaning to where he is a little kind of like Sasuke. I don't know. And like eventually, again, they say that I think Sasuke is going to be his teacher in the latest episode, so I don't know. But I liked it. Tell me what you guys in the comments below. Thanks for watching. For videos I've done. Also, Boruto, I think, wears a necklace that looks like the cursed necklace from this first Naruto. But anyway, thanks for watching. My name's Fox. Until they get 9-bit Fox. I like this. This was cool. I want to see what's going to happen next in the series. And I want to see how it's going to keep rolling. Even though, again, they should probably tell their parents about it. Because in a world where fantasy is something that's a big part of your world, you should probably know that there's some dangerous crap out there that you should probably tell your parents about who have dealt with gods. Either way, thanks for watching. Please comment on the videos, and we will. See you later. God dang it, I want to go get a bacon burger.